Alrighty guys, welcome back to another LEGO set review from BrickByBrick, and today we have LEGO Star Wars at number 75294. This is the Bespin Duel, which was originally supposed to be a Star Wars Celebration exclusive in 2020, but of course that was cancelled and didn't happen, so this was available in North America with at LEGO Shop at Home. I don't think it was available in any LEGO stores, but I heard a couple of reports that apparently they were available in some Legoland Discovery Centers, so I don't really know exactly how that worked. But at least in the US, this was $40, and it was still a pretty limited release set. It sold out within a couple hours on the day it was released, and then they allowed some back orders, and then I guess they allowed a couple more back orders later, so I don't know exactly. I assume that after the latest round, that was it, and they aren't going to make any more, but we'll see. I guess maybe not. But just looking at the box, it is a really nice looking box. Unfortunately, mine is a little bit damaged there, but you know, what can you really do? It contains 295 pieces for that price and 2 minifigures, which includes the cool arm printing Vader. And yeah, here's the instruction manual. It's got the nice black design, which looks cool. Has a little blurb, "No, I am your father" at the front, and at the back, it doesn't have any like ads or anything at all, and it does have the like architecture style feedback and win. And I do like the back of the manual, just having the Lego Star Wars logo. I think that looks pretty nice. And if you turn this around to the back of the box, it shows you a comparison to the movie scene and the overall dimensions of the set. Here's the overall model here, and you know, it's a decent length. It's, you know, kind of tall too, but there's not a ton of volume there. It's really just a couple of sections that extend really high and out pretty far. Like you'll see this whole section here is basically 1 stud wide, but it's like 9 inches long, about 8-ish inches tall according to the box. And I mean, there's really not too much you can do here as far as action features go, so it is mostly just what you see is what you get. You do have this one sticker which is exclusive. The rest of the parts are not exclusive to the set. I do like how they build up a little black stand there. Kind of helps suggest the fact that there's like a void down there. And you know, it looks pretty good. It does get a little bit annoying to build with the fact that you have these slider plates on there, because it'll kind of, like, you'll be trying to push a piece down over here and you'll, like, knock it over to the side. That's the only real complaint I had while building it, and that most of those problems came in when trying to put this flexible tube on there in the right position. But you know, once you get that all together, it looks really good, and I think that it did a really nice job building this up. You know, if we remove the Vader figure there, you can see there's a little bit of a nice and pretty well detailed pathway there. I like the use of the gray microphone pieces to kind of create the section that kind of joins those two areas together. There are studs here, obviously, so you can attach the figures properly. Do like you got a jumper plate on there, which is designed to allow you to position one of them at an angle, and you can have Luke and Vader fighting there. There is one other position which I'll show you in just a second, but I just want to let you kind of see all of the details that are here. You got these sections which are built up, you know, kind of some good greebling and looks accurate to what it's supposed to be. This whole area here, if you really wanted to, you could sort of see that as a feature. It's connected by 2 of those click hinge pieces, and you know, if you kind of push it down, it'll separate the top one, but you know, that's not really an intentional feature. It's just kind of the way it was built. And you know, this from the back, it looks a little bit plain because it doesn't have those, but you know, not too big of a deal because you're also most of the time going to be looking at this from the front. We do have a gray pitchfork piece, which I think is used pretty effectively there to you know, kind of represent that area of the scene. You can put Luke down there holding on to this thing if you want him to be kind of falling down. There we go. Gotta move his hand a little bit. Yeah, you can have Luke holding on down there, and that's what that looks like from the other side. You can also, if you wanted to, have him kind of like hold on to this bar and kind of like stand on that ring there. There's a lot of different kind of individual poses that you can get going there, and then you can put Vader up there and have the "No, I am your father" scene. And I just think that this is really nice that you're able to kind of recreate that scene with a set for the first time, really. The only other real feature of the set is on the back here there are these two clips, which you can use to clip the lightsabers on if you wanted to, you know, have Luke hanging on over there and not have his lightsaber in his hand. You could remove Vader's lightsaber too, but I believe he does have his lightsaber during the scene, right? I think. But if you wanted to remove Vader's lightsaber, there is room for it down there too on this other clip. First up for figures here, we have Cloud City Luke, who only appears in this set and the Master Builder series Cloud City, which is the only place that you could sort of have recreated this scene anyway, though that was on a smaller scale and not quite as impressive. But yeah, this is a whole lot cheaper of a way to get this particular figure. I mean, I guess it's maybe not going to be quite as cheap, you know, in the long run on the secondary market, but if you were able to get this at retail price, then yeah, for sure, it's definitely a whole lot cheaper, and I'm really happy with that. You know, they didn't really need to change anything with this figure. I think that it looks pretty great the way it is, and they even have the alternate facial expression here to allow you to specifically recreate the facial expression he has when he says that's impossible. But yeah, this is a really good figure. Happy to get it here, and I think that, you know, its reuse was definitely warranted. It'll hopefully also make this figure maybe a little bit cheaper on the secondary market too. I don't know, but I guess we'll see on that one. The other figure included here, though, is the real big draw to this set. I mean, I guess it's technically sort of mildly exclusive, but that's only because it uses a kind of stiffer fabric cape rather than the Death Star Final Duels version with the kind of more flowy cape. But this is the Vader with arm printing, and it's really cool to you know, to get that arm printing here. I think that it looks fantastic, and you know, it's just a great, nice touch to kind of make this basically the perfect Darth Vader minifigure, I think. He does have back printing on his torso as well, which looks good, but it's not super necessary as it is hidden by his cape pretty much all of the time. And the printing on the front of his torso is really good too. I think that we've basically gotten to what I would consider like almost the best Darth Vader minifigure that they could make. Like maybe the only changes I could see happening are to the face maybe, but I don't know. Even then, this is a really good facial expression. It does have back printing on there, and this is obviously the two-piece helmet, which I personally prefer. I think that it looks more accurate, looks better. Yeah, maybe he's looking up a little bit, but I don't know, I guess maybe if they somehow figured out a way to make it not look like he's looking up, then I guess maybe that's a slight improvement that could be made, but even then, I don't really view that as a problem. I think that this is basically probably one of my favorite LEGO Star Wars minifigures to date, and he does get his lightsaber, obviously. Yeah, not really anything to complain about at all with this one. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this set. I think that it is a really good display piece, and you know, it just looks nice sitting on a shelf. You could also, obviously, I didn't mention this earlier, but you can just pull one of the hands out of Luke if you wanted to recreate the scene down here even more accurately. But you know, this is a pretty solid set, and I'm really happy that it was released not as a convention exclusive, though I do agree that it kind of sucks for anyone who's not in North America, because they still weren't able to get their hands on it, though I guess it'll probably be cheaper in the long run than it would have been if it were completely Star Wars Celebration exclusive, so you know, I guess unless you don't live in the United States and we're going to go to Star Wars Celebration, then this really doesn't change anything for you as far as availability-wise. If anything, it benefits you. But I don't know. I mean, it would have been nice if they just made more of this and released it worldwide. I guess the other thing I could have mentioned is that you can change the angle of that because it's just on a hinge. But again, that's not super significant because the majority of what you're going to buy this set for is the overall display piece here, and I think that the overall display piece and even the minifigures are fantastic, and I would definitely have recommended getting this at retail price. I guess, you know, I don't know if it's completely worth getting if, you know, you didn't get it at retail. I don't know if I would recommend going out of your way to spend like $100 on this, but I think that, you know, if you do get this, I think you'll be happy with it. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this little Or you? If you did, let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye, everyone.